Welcome, Incineration Nation. It is Sunday morning, a dreary, rainy morning here in Southern California. And as you can see, it's not very easy to see. Okay. But I wanted to give some kind of background. So anyway, this is the BS Incinerator. I am Eric Rader, and my job is to translate and protest hot garbage. Translating and protesting hot garbage is what I'm here to do. Okay, and I'm going to make the proper playlists as soon as I figure out how to do that. I just got my avatar and banner taken care of. Wow, the transmission seems to be absolutely horrific. I might have to move if that's the case. All right, this... Okay, I can see already this ain't gonna work. Hang in there. I'm going to get down here where the transmission has got to be 30 times better. Just a couple blocks. Hope everyone's doing well. We are almost where we should be. Okay. I don't know what people who live up here do. I know they don't live stream. That's for sure. I was all set up with a decent spot, but it was having trouble every 2 seconds, so we got to retreat. Good morning, everybody. Just hang in there a second. Let me get off of this this hill. Another second here. We got to go another block. We should be good here when I make a left up here. So today, I'm going to go over the M1 Co-Audit course. Which is truly a head spinner. Another Pinche Becky. Did you see my new Av, the Incineration Nation squirrel? He's got chalk and a phone. It is awesome. But I get it. It'd be like me tuning into Bronco live stream. But that's cool. My best friend in the world's actually a Bronco fan, so we've been at each other's throats, for 45 years. Okay. If I get to the top of this hill, I would imagine I should be coming in pretty well here. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, this ought to work. I'm sure hoping anyway. Okay, any parking over there? Shit. No parking. Wow, I cannot even believe the connection is just crap. I mean, we're dead center Hollywood. This is insanity. How could it not be coming in here? This is incredible. This is insanity. My God. I'm trying to find a place where there's any connection. I don't understand what's happening. If it's a storm or what, but it says transmission unstable due to weak network connection anywhere. And this is crazy. Wow. Yeah, my Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is turned on. It's just that there's no I don't know if it's the storm or what. This is crazy. Okay, this is a much more open space. I don't know what's happening. This whole mission might have to be aborted. Okay, let me get right up here. So one person is like, make sure your Bluetooth is on, and one is saying turn it off. So I don't know what. Let's see. Doesn't seem to make any difference. Okay. Let me read what you guys said here. Turn Wi-Fi and Bluetooth off. Park and restart the live stream. Okay. Thank you, Jordy. Yeah, I didn't mean to put you guys through that. That's just the worst. I bought, the most expensive plan, the best phone, the best everything. Okay, turn off Bluetooth, you say. Okay. Well, I don't know how to do that when I'm doing this. I mean, this seems to be a hell of a lot better anyway, but now you guys are looking at nothing, but that's the way it's supposed to go, I guess. Turn off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. No, I don't have the Wi-Fi on, but the Bluetooth is on. But I just want to give it a second because it seems like it's going pretty darn well. Well, Okay. Hi, Linda. You certainly haven't missed anything. I've been struggling to try to find a place where I can actually speak with you guys from. Yeah, if I got out of a cult, I should be able to do this. Hi, Treasure. I'll do my best just to shut up for the 5-6 seconds that it tells me the transmission is not good, and do my best. I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I mean, transmission being unstable due to a weak network connection. Could you guys hear me when I just said that? When I said transmission is weak due to a weak network connection? Or were you not able to hear me say that? Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this is the Method 1 Co-Audit course is what I'm going to go over today. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling good, Jen. Thanks. So the Method 1 Co-Audit course requires the use of an e-meter. So right before I took it, I had to complete a course called the OK to Operate an E-Meter course. Okay. And it's, you know, everyone knows the e-meter, right? It's compared to a lie detector quite often. It shows the auditor when something reads. Okay, in other words, it'll move. The needle will move, and it just shows you had a thought when I said a certain word. Okay, it's basically to help the auditor locate and define sort of mental boundaries around certain topics that help guide the pre-clear, the person being audited, to and through certain events. And that's just to complete a process. That's really what you use the e-meter for. But this is the first time you've ever had to use it. So Method 1 Co-Audit. The co-audit just means that you're paired up with another person and you will audit each other, okay, on a process called Method 1 Word Clearing. So what is Method 1 Word Clearing? So Method 1 Word Clearing, it's the recovery of your entire education. See how he oversells the absolute hell out of every single thing? You know, the recovery of your entire education. Now, thankfully for me, I quit school to train in Scientology after the 4th grade, so My education up to that point, consisted of anthills and cursive writing and times tables and, the art of picking, rolling, and flicking boogers with one hand. I mean, this is really all I had in my belt. So the recovery of your education, remember the student hack course trained us to believe that the only reason you abandon a study is because you've passed over words you don't understand? Well, now LRH takes his final preemptive strike regarding, hold on. So he takes his final preemptive strike regarding people calling him on his unworkable and inapplicable crap by saying the only reason, that someone leaves Scientology is because he has passed misunderstood words and has overts and withholds against the cult itself. Cute, huh? So, after going through TRs again, you start practicing Method 1 Co-Audit on a doll. Because you don't want to hurt an actual person with all your screw-ups, okay? That could really mess someone up. Heaven... You don't want to mess anybody up. If you're teaching someone that 1 + 3 is 72, heaven forbid they come up with, 16. So you go through the TRs again, then you practice Method 1 Co-Audit on a doll, okay? And then you get to do it for real. And what it is, it's done, hold on. So it's done by reading off a list of subjects, okay, that the pre-clear has studied, okay? You would say biology, math, this, whatever, right? And then any subject that reads on the E-meter is individually addressed. The auditor would say, let's say I say biology. Hold on. I say biology. The E-meter reads, right? I then ask, in the subject of biology, what word has been misunderstood? And then while you're thinking, anytime I get a read, I'll go that, right? And it helps you define what that was you were thinking of. And you're like, well, I never knew what, has a baloo meant. And fall a baloo. Then we're going to look up these words, okay? You're going to define all these words, and this is going to recover your education, okay? Do you see how absolutely batshit this is? And then you just rinse and repeat that 700 million times, and after a month or two of this crap, I promise, hold on. After a month or two of this crap, I promise you will happily attest to the Kennedy assassination just to put this behind you. That's a fact. I was actually auditing this on the fire escape at the Manor Celebrity Center. Celebrity Center moved from La Brea to where it is now on Franklin, across from Stinky Bell. And they didn't have the auditing room set up yet. I had to do this on a fire escape. So when you finish this crap, you're now what is called fast flow. Okay, and this is the single best thing that ever happened to me in Scientology. It meant I didn't have to get checked out. Okay, that's where a supervisor asks you to define words in a policy or bulletin that you just read, and many items on a course's check sheet are starred, which means if you're not fast flow, you can't advance without a supervisor. A supervisor has to check you out. And they do that by asking you words in that text, asking you to define them and use them in sentences to prove you understand them. And that always sucked. But those days are behind you, son. You can now proudly skim over words you don't know the meaning of to advance through any future LRH word salads without fear of getting caught. It is the greatest feeling ever. You just skim right over crap, nonsense words that mean nothing and go right through those word salads. You never have to worry again. It is beautiful. Beautiful. So that's the one benefit I ever got. But imagine if you were to do this on a PhD or a professor. Okay? If you did it correctly to the letter, it would take you 75 years to complete. Absolutely absurd. Again, this is another reason that my youth benefited me. Hi, Lane. Jordy, all of the words. That's absolutely right. And to this point, like I said, you've done TRs every single time, right? So you're really being able to pull up those personalities whenever you need them. Hi, good golly. The real point of this course, though, is to get you used to using an e-meter, keeping correct worksheets. That's where you write down what's going on with the e-meter, tone arm stuff, and reads, and what the person says, and it re-ingrains, that your failure to get gains in Scientology are strictly due to your harmful actions against the cult and your misunderstood words. At this point, when you raise your hand in class, like if you needed help, you might as well just say, I'm a dick. Okay, because it's the only reason you need help. If you didn't go past words you didn't understand, okay, because you knew you didn't know what that word meant, and in this case, Ron is using the 8th definition of that word. Okay, not the first 2 or 3, which you happen to know. So it proves you didn't look up every definition. So again, it's an ethics matter, okay, because you went by words knowingly you didn't understand. See, that the kid gloves come off after the student hat, as far as that's concerned. Now they put you up, they face you right up, okay? Yeah, you're immediately fronted on all this stuff. But yeah, you are now, you not getting gains is strictly due not only misunderstood words, but you're out ethics. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. You guys are so cool. So, after the Method 1 Co-Audit, the kid gloves are literally off. Okay? I mean, they are off. Now it's just an ass-kicking contest. At this point, anytime you slow down or have any issue at all, it's basically an ethics problem. So let me ask you guys, how quick are you going to be to present problems to your supervisor when you know it just means you go to ethics or a lower condition and your life just gets even crappier, if that's possible to imagine? Thanks, Dempsey. So it was a pivotal course in that it gives you some practice, with the e-meter. It gives you practice keeping worksheets correct, delivering commands, all that crap. But it leaves you with no excuses. You are in big trouble from this point forward. Now you never open your mouth again. To me, there's a combination that consists of the policy letter keeping Scientology working, along with the student hat, TR's course, and M1 Co-Audit that just, it rids you of any possibility that any problem you have is not due to yourself. You are absolutely, from this point forward, responsible for anything they even suggest you're responsible for. And you're just trying to get through this crap. So you don't want to go to ethics or handle any kind of conditions, show your PTS. Remember, anytime you have any issue at all, your PTS, what does that mean? That means there's one more person you have to dump. Okay? See, this is why you never say anything. If you say anything, you're having an issue, you're out ethics, you're around someone who's a piece of crap. Now you got to get rid of your brother, get rid of your whoever. Okay? I used to make up people. Yeah, I know this guy Ted, he's a neighbor 3 doors down. I would say, yeah, my neighbor is, I think he's suppressive, actually, because, I think he's just a really covert guy. He's like, I hope you're doing well. I would literally make up people that I could then get rid of. Ooh. Thank you, Meditating with Love. Thank you. Yeah, so this was when Scientology became absolutely incredibly ugly every single day. This is when. After this course, I did not have another day that wasn't awful, in my estimation. I honestly could not stand I could not stand this. Every single day was miserable after this. If a member who is still in has a family member who is a declared SP, you could never speak with them. They wouldn't take it out on the member who's in. They would just make sure you never spoke with that person again. They would have to be completely cut out of your life. CB, is that why the duckies duck? Will they get lower conditions for just hearing a protester? No, but it's just fear. Everything is fear-based, you know? Scientology propaganda is worked the exact same way that North Korea is. You know, there's 100 ways of saying something, but when it's propaganda, because there's always fear attached to it, right? So, what does LRH talk about? Like in keeping Scientology working, this is the first time in endless trillions of years that we have had a chance. The first time in endless trillions of years we have had a chance to escape. Only the tigers survive, and even they have a hard time, right? You can say things in a happy, upbeat, cool way, or they can always be drenched in fear. And what you hear and what you see are completely different in Scientology. Thank you, Jen. It was the blessing of being a kid, There's some really awful parts about it, needless to say, but there are some good things about being a kid in a cult. Lane, you're absolutely right. If they don't react with the SP, they're fine. It doesn't matter. But yeah, like, you should be beyond reproach. Everybody at the top of this thing should be beyond reproach. Okay, they're highly trained. They've shown a willingness, to bust their tail. But what's the one thing everybody has in common in Scientology? Okay? It's being treated like crap and being made to accept responsibility for things you have nothing to do with. Everybody at the gold base was punched in the face, declared an SP, and thrown in the hole. To even be at the gold base, you're supposed to be, an amazing person who's beyond reproach. And next thing you know, you're taking you're taking a right cross. So that's what everyone has in common. But no one would take this crap if it wasn't for these courses that I've spoken of. I've gone over now the personality test to M1 Co-Audit, and I'm telling you, from the personality test to M1 Co-Audit, I would say that's the mind control, okay? If you show up after the M1 Co-Audit, you're done. You're history. They got you. Phyllis Vance, nice to see you. She says, I remember when you first spoke with Selfless Self. Look at how far you have come sharing. How many years did it take for you to speak out? Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, Phyllis. I didn't say anything. I never said a word about this place till 2 weeks ago. I love my sister too much, and I never knew I would have a chance to do any of this, quite frankly. I really owe it to Aaron too, and I'll tell you why. I was completely unwilling to think about or speak on this subject ever again. Why would I? It's just a huge black point in my entire universe. I hate all of it, right? Why would I ever even think about this? But watching Aaron's show, he somehow made this palatable. I don't know how the hell he did it. And entertaining. He made this palatable and entertaining. And I didn't know anything about YouTube and the chats and all that, so I didn't know what he was talking about when he would say, hey, thanks, boo-boo22 for the $3, or, I don't know what the hell what? I just watched it on television, so I never even saw it on the phone. Oh, thank you, Jen. That's nice. Jen said after the first conversation with Selfless, she thought I had tons of therapy. And I don't use their jargon unless, I don't. Yes, I was born in, Amber. I was born in. Clearwater, Erie. I can't do very much shouting. It gives me anxiety. I did not grow up in a yelling environment. You would have hated yelling at ashtrays. Arguing with the wall. I don't think you'd have been any good at that. Amber. I was a kid and growing up there. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I want to give you a hug, Amber. That's horrible. Ugh. Yeah. Every day from this point on was absolute hell for me. I hated it. And I knew I was stuck. I knew they had me. Checkmate. Okay? Now you get out. You're out ethics. Any problem, you're out ethics. Yeah, there's no way out of this mess at that point. They got your family, they got you. And you know, like I said, think about what you've done up to this point, okay? All the stuff you think is weird, all the things you think is weird as a never in, really aren't that weird compared to, I mean, we've already, I'm arguing with the wall, I'm screaming at ashtrays, I'm being savagely inappropriate with adults, I'm listening, you know, I mean, what's a little body thetans at this point? You know, bring it on, you know? Because it doesn't matter what it says. You no longer can comment on it unless it's a positive comment. Thank you, Merzy. I guarantee you my sister's proud of me. I guarantee you. I promise you that. She was never able to untangle herself, so, and I was no chance I was going to hurt her, so I shut my mouth. But this is when I think people actually realize that they're stuck. You know, you're never again going to bring up anything in anything but a positive light because you know where it leads. It leads to your own butt being kicked. Hi, yo-yous. If you go, you really need to take this in order. If you go to my playlist and any picture on a live stream that doesn't show a Scientology complex, you know, the blue one or the tan place, you know, Celebrity Center, if it shows you a park or anything, the observatory, anything other than a Scientological place, that's where I'm going over all of these from the personality test you take to here. So just check them out in order, and I've explained it to the T, okay? But there's a bunch of training regimens and routines, and their design is all to facilitate mind control, okay? They get you okay with doing things you're not okay with doing, and they get you to be okay forcing others to do things they don't want to do, okay? And they allow you to sort of grow all the personalities you're going to need to fake your way through this, because you're never honest for a single second again. And you're always looking over your shoulder, and you're just trying to stay one step ahead of this massive psychosis. I love how Meditating with Love says this. It is a beautiful collection of people with hearts forged to stop the abuses against young, impressionable minds that cannot consent. Together, figuring out each peaceful step. Man, that's just gorgeous. Hi, Rachel. Hey, Saul. And that's why it's so difficult to figure this out too. I mean, they've played their cards well. 20% of the people in those buildings deserve everything we're shouting at them, because it does take shitty people, cowards, and just horrible people to make this place work. Okay? Granted, they're scared too, but they gave in to it. And those people deserve it. And we need to shout that stuff from the rooftops to keep new people from going in. So we need every bit of that, child trafficker and all that kind of stuff. And we need it all. But we have to figure out some kind of marriage here where, the only way we get this, we take this place down is by getting rid of the staff. And that's it. Oh, Amber, I'm so sorry. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Amber says, I hated everything about it. One time someone stole money from the cadet coordinator, so she did security checks, and I went in my room and had candy before I got a dirty needle. Oh, no. I had to do ethics conditions and put on hard work because they thought I stole the money when I just had candy. Oh, man. I'm so sorry. I was stealing candy every day from the damn candy machine at the Celebrity Center on La Brea. No one caught me. Yeah. But that's another example Amber just gave you of, you're busted if they say you're busted, right? And if you really want to be in trouble, just be unwilling to accept responsibility for that bogus crap that they're putting on you. Clearwater, Erie. I think what is happening organically with the different approaches is the key to unlock the door. I think you're right. What we just have to figure out, though, is a way to, we can't point and scream at somebody and then expect them to come, seek refuge with us. You know what I mean? That's never going to work. And they have enough money to last for the next 500 years. We have to somehow make ourselves approachable while making sure new people don't come in. Mersey, it's like all you kids were born into a cruel, heartless prison with no way out that you could see. You're right. You're right. Oh, Amber says, I wonder if I know you because I was always at Celebrity Center and I hung out with Danny Mustard. I was way before that because I mean, I was around, but just sparingly during the time you were there, I would imagine. I'm 55, so I'm thinking I got 10 years on you. But you can see the pain that I've gone through, Natalie, Aaron, and you hear Laura and everybody, Serge and me, everybody talk about those moments where you had to yourself, where you let your real feelings come out, and you can see we were all devastated, okay? Devastated. So it's exactly the same thing for the people in there now. It's exactly the same thing for the people who are in there now, okay? Feeling safe, I mean, that's something we all were hunting for and knew we would never get. So I don't think it's natural to trust the SPTV Foundation, you know what I'm saying? When you're in the middle of this. In my estimation, the most impactful things are the lack of love, which is something natural that you just don't have it. You're hollow when you're in that place, okay? So that's a big button for everybody, okay? And you can see that. The pain and the digesting. The digesting of pain by yourself with nobody else to help. It would be so scary to leave, no matter how much I wanted to, in their shoes, that I would have to be absolutely convinced that I was safe. And there was no way that SPTV, could drop the ball. So we got to just remember that when we're doing our thing. And Because getting people out's the only way we win. And I don't think we have to get more than 5% of staff out before the whole place literally just crumbles. Yeah, I mean, like those posters that show the people who got out and stuff, you know, that's really cool. This is a tricky thing we're doing. And they're worth it, and we're going to figure it out. We will figure it out. But yeah, if you go through my my live streams where I just speak about the courses, the training and auditing, I think you'll understand for the first time why this works so well as far as trapping and enslaving is concerned. Thank you for being here, Blue Diamond. I appreciate you. Yeah, Amber, where it wasn't, I mean, it was horrible being on course and doing all that stuff, but what it did to my family the rest of my life, you know, it destroyed it. We were always at odds, you know. You know, my mom and sister are both geniuses, and they knew this was a fraud, but we couldn't get my dad off of it. It's very, very difficult. Like, the people who defend the place the most always do the least amount of training. You know? And they sort of allow you to not do training and as long as you're just always a mouthpiece for the place. I always felt like I didn't have a family, you know. You can't say I love you. No one is really related, you know. You just all met on this cosmic fart called the Earth, and, you know. Like, I remember my heart breaking and just longing for when I would see, like, movies that were Thanksgiving, like Home Alone, you know, where the family's, like, together and everyone's on the same page and hugging and saying, I love you. And, I mean, all of those things you see in those holiday movies is what I was missing. All of those movies used to kill me. You know, I would be like, God, that'd be so great. And that's you know, later on I started glomming on to girls who had big families, you know. I loved that. You know, they had brothers and sisters and a mom and a dad, and everyone loved each other. You know, people who are in know exactly what I'm talking about when I say, like, I couldn't call my father Dad. I had to call him by his first name. That shows you how they view family. Treasure Rescue says, I was missing that too when we weren't even religious or in a cult. Oh, for sure. I'm not saying there's not a ton of families that are screwed up that had nothing to do with a cult. But, you know, I always thought, I did see plenty of people who had great families and no issues. And I was like, wow, man. You know, they weren't going to get in trouble for not saving the planet. Hi, Gigi. Thanks for being here. Oh, I'm so sorry, Amber. Oh, God. Dang it. So, Amber, how do you think we could best reach your mom? What would be the plan of attack? Jordy, I am exactly on your page. I glommed onto a girl with a huge Italian family. Most fun I ever had. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Jen. Jen says, I don't want anger to consume the life I have left. Yeah, I get it. And that's why I never thought of this crap. But, you know, I'm in control now. So it's all good. Like, you know, they don't have any way of hurting me. All they can do is piss me off and make things worse for themselves, you know. And I don't even know if they can do that, even piss me off. I don't even know if they can. It's quite frankly. They're just, I'm so unconcerned, I can't even describe it. All I want to do is get people out of there. We get 5% of the people out of there, it all crumbles, I guarantee you. Amber, you are tripping me out because I always had those kind of thoughts. And I was up there all the time, by the way. Crushing on Will. How incredible does it feel to say they have no power over you? Real nice. Feels really nice. Yeah, you know, 80% of the people in all those buildings, I promise, could be all of our best friends. They didn't sign on to fight with people, you know. They literally wanted to help people. Now, 20% of those people are absolute garbage, and I don't care what happens to them. It's their overt motivator sequence, otherwise known as karma, and they can all kiss my ass, and I don't care if they ever get help, quite frankly, ever, until we've finished with all the people who deserve it, the 80%. Hi, Amy. Thank you for putting that up there. Yeah, you're right, meditating with love. And I mean, how much more proof does someone need than a mother disregarding a child? Okay? That's the most unnatural thing that could ever occur. And they make it happen like clockwork. You're right, Clearwater Erie. This is where those personalized signs you were talking about come in. Absolutely. Thank you for being here, Amy. That's the Fair Roads Good Weather, or Fair Roads Fair Weather, whatever the hell it was called. I know what you mean, Amber. Without physical contact, words just don't mean as much. If your mom and if you guys just one good hug could break her and make her leave. One good hug. You got to be heart to heart, you know. Hi, Sebastian. Yeah, so I'll go over the New Era Dynetics course. I'll go over that next, probably. And the levels. Like, it takes a long time to be brutally dismantled and mentally disemboweled, okay? But it only takes a second to get that back. If my dad ever had looked at me and just said, "I love you, son," I would have melted. You know. Yeah. Yeah, but places like Taiwan, when they put people through heavy pain, and when they experience what everyone else does, they're not going to allow it to continue. Like I said, the first third of it is all you can get. You can BS people, but in countries where family is everything, this crap will not work. By the time you get to the PTSSP course, you're going to be, saying goodbye to Scientology. You know what, Amber? Even though I know where you're coming from, if we can successfully make this place crumble, she'll get out. No one's going down with this ship except for the people who are financially inclined to do so. Man. But yeah, Amber, you really hit me hard with that, wondering what people are doing inside their house. And I wonder if they're smiling or if they're hugging each other or what they're doing. Are they watching TV? I literally would look at homes with the lights on and extrapolate good times and try to make them mine while I'm walking by or riding by or whatever. So I totally get that. Oh, she's public. Okay. Yeah, my dad couldn't take the loss, so he would, you're right, I don't know how you do it, because I couldn't have got my dad out, even though he hadn't done a class in 40 years, he was still super staunch that the tech works, it's just the people delivering it that are the problem, so he was all about that independent route, but he didn't even go that way. He did nothing, he avoided auditing no matter what. Sadly, we do, Amber, but you know what? Just know I got you 100%. 100%. I completely get it. I know exactly what you're talking about. So Amber, is your aunt still in the Sea Org? So anyway, we're gonna make this work. We just got to keep at it. You know, the more of these people have a chance to see the more they see that we are going through the same things they are, you know, the easier it'll be for them to get out of there. Carrie, do you know Jason Begay? Yeah. Jason Begay has the best 2 hours on Scientology I've ever heard. It's fantastic. You can see it on YouTube. I watched it twice. Thank you for being here, Amber. Thank you for being here, Amber. I really appreciate it. And here's a big hug to you. Hi, Gil. Yeah, Begay is amazing. He just tells it like it is. And he's one of the few celebrities to actually, just burn right up the bridge like you're supposed to, like you should if money was not an issue. Yeah, I believe everyone should do what they want to do, open source. It's got to come from the heart, so whatever it is you think you should be doing is what I think you should be doing. I'm just literally trying to make sure we don't forget that the only way we take this place down is by taking that staff out of there. So, no one's going to run to someone screaming at them. That's all I'm saying. Simple as that. We have to do what we're doing in every form. Like I said, we need all that energy, too, to keep new people from going in. So it's all needed. I talk like he does when I'm fired up, Gil. It's just him in his house. I forget who's asking. He's just rolling for a couple hours, and you see the backyard is just a big hill. It's that interview, and his dogs are walking around behind him. Hi, Melissa. Thank you for being here. It's great to see you. And why I keep bringing the stuff up that I do is because, like I said, I don't know where the good ideas are going to come from. I'm not saying I even have any. I just know that at some point we have to be some, people that they feel they can run to and not run from. That's all. I mean, public, I don't care how we scream at them, For all I know, during one of these streams, someone's going to drop in and say, I think you guys should try this. And that might be the idea that works. So, I mean, I'm just trying to stir the pot, I just know we're missing something. Oh, okay. This is really happening, says. That's a Mark Bunker vid with Begay. Thank you, Clearwater Erie. And I want people to think out loud in my place here, in my on my platform. You know, you might be thinking about something. You might be thinking something in passing that'll never even come to my thought process. Like, any good ideas on how we reach? Like, I think we should give him hell at the test center. You know what I mean? Give him hell at the Hubbard Museum. You know, the life exhibit. But the places with the Sea Org members that we're trying to get to come to us, you know, I think we're going to need to figure out how to do that. Just a little better. And not for everybody. I'm just saying for some people. You're right, Melissa. You really are. But you know what? We could tell them how much we care, and we know it's not their fault. You know? And when you say the people that are giving people crap, are you talking about that Chris, whatever, that goofy bastard? I don't like that guy. That's just my personal opinion, and I'm entitled to it, and I don't care who knows it, and that's what you get on my platform. To me, that guy was just upset that, you know, he's one of those guys who wants credit. I don't care if I never get credit for anything. I just want results. Gil, someone needs a bigger DOA van camper with rooftop access to protest safely from. I don't understand the arguing and all that kind of stuff. It's just so silly. It's just so silly. You know? It's like, while I welcome while I welcome anyone's ideas, opposing or not, in my on my platform, it's so that other people can see what you're thinking and you can share that, not to create a ruckus and not to make people wrong. And, you know, I'm never going to engage anybody. If you don't like what I'm saying, find someone else. There's someone else you can follow who you'll like everything they're saying. That's what it's all about. Hi, Carrie. And it's okay. I mean, some dramas, you know, come on. If you have, I get it. If you have, I mean, I have a tiny little platform here, right? If you have 250,000 people, of course there's going to be all hell breaking loose, but at times. And that's fine. That could be constructive, actually. You just have to, you know, if you're there for the right reason, it's going to be pretty obvious. That's a great idea, Melissa. I should be wearing something too. It's a great idea. Something that says, you know, I know it's not your fault. We love you. How about a sign, who else is fighting for your freedom? And I'm all for the yelling. Like I said, it just has to be, it can't be at the person we then ask to come with us. Most of the people who are doing stuff that hurts us, you know, they know they're hurting, or at least when we let them know they're hurting the only chance they have to get out of there. They're really not going to want to do it much longer, you know? Hi, Marcia. You know, the people coming to tear stuff down were told to do so. The people who are barking out the orders, the people barking out the orders are the ones who I don't care about, but, you know, from up top. But the people doing all the stuff, how much could your heart be into hurting the people trying to help you? Thank you, SP Squirrel. Thank you, Fluffer. I mean, we definitely need to keep the heat on, you know, hard at the test center and wherever they're trying to get new public, right? And then you can let them all have it, you know, because you're letting Scientology have it as a whole, you know, but it's really hard to fight against someone who's willing to be there for you when no one else is. Let's face it. I love that one, Melissa. If you have to ask to leave, you aren't free. That's brilliant, yeah. So anyway, I think we're good. And as soon as I figure out how to make these playlists, I'm going to do that. And I'm very sorry, I don't know how to edit anything, so I'll figure that out too, because the first 20 minutes of this is me trying to find a place to transmit from. Clearwater, Erie. Question: when and where would be the best opportunity for what? I don't know what for what. I apologize if you've already said it, but what message helped you? Carrie, the method that helped me was attesting to gains I never had on the regular. That did it for me. Yeah, Marzi, I'm saying we can do all that kind of shouting, but I think where we cross the line is when an actual Sea Org member walks out and we just thrash the person. It's like, how is that person going to trust us now? I wouldn't. So, and that's the only way we take this place down. It has to be an attack where we take people they need out. We need to take people in. We need to get some of those people out while we stop new people from coming in. So they both have to happen. But we're going to be spinning our wheels if we attack the people we want to come to us. That's all. And I'm saying, those are the people you can say, hey, look, I know what you're going through, man. I know where this leads. You can easily let these people know you don't have to answer today. This could be any time when you're alone with your thoughts. If you thought your life would be better than it is today, please call. I've heard you say that, Selfless. That was awesome. How are those gains coming? Yeah. And I think how's clearing the planet going is also excellent, because there was 40,000 clears, 50 years ago. Now there's 80,000. You can't clear North Hollywood. I love the way William Good does it too, but again, he's stopping people from starting, and that is fantastic, and we need that. So keep that going. And he's a master of that, and so is DOA. Okay, but we just have to let these people know that at any time, if they've had enough disrespect, and if they've lost enough, to come see us, and we'll be here for them whenever that is. what Marsha just said is perfect. We'll get you out, take you in, help you get your life in order, and be free. That's perfect. Like I said, I don't have a negative thing to say about anybody. Everything we're doing is the way it should be done. It's just we got to coordinate it in such a way that we get the most out of it. That's all. And it's going to take all of us. I mean, I love the chalk art. If you guys see my new Av, an amazing subscriber emailed me and asked if I wanted any help, and that's why you see that great Av and banner. BFN TNT. My personal opinion is I don't think it's possible to believe in any of that crap once you're done with it, because you don't have any of the gains. I mean, you're supposed to be able to control matter, energy, space, and time, never get sick, have perfect recall. You don't have any of those things. So I don't know what there is to believe in. And like Scientology says, it's not a belief system. It's something that you actively do. You know, it's something you do, not something you believe in, you know. I don't want to tell anyone to stop doing what they're doing. I just want people to take a second to think about what it is, why we're doing what we're doing, because I think it's pretty easy to forget that. And the people who want to lambaste Scientology at every turn, I love it. I'm all for it. That'll stop new people from coming in. But as far as getting people out, I don't know how effective that's going to be. We'll see. Yes, I think Suri will be doing all things Scientological if she's going to be hanging around Cruz. Early riser, you're saying exactly what I believe. That escaping into the unknown is scarier than staying in the cult. So they are clearing up, Amy. If your purpose is strictly to bash Scientology and it keeps people from getting in, I love it. I'm all for it. I'm here for it. And if your purpose, is to get these people out so that the place will crumble, I don't know how we get there with anything but the opposite of what they're used to receiving. We'll find out, Mersey. Good point, Selfless. I agree with you. This is really happening. I agree with you. Like I said, we need everything we have going. There's nothing that's happening that shouldn't be happening. But I don't think whether you're a never in or a born in or a third generation, no one's going to run to someone who just screamed that they're a child trafficker. That's all I'm saying. So we gotta have all these approaches, and they know we're on their side. Okay. I'm not suggesting people don't know we're on their side. I'm just saying that we're making it, really difficult for them to trust us. If we're combative. That's all. Hi, Pearl. I mean, I think they have to be able to call. If they can't confront calling the SPTV Foundation phone number, that's going to happen before anyone runs out of the place. They could make that call. I'm really happy with how everything's going. Like I say, this is our opportunity to get better, And I think we can always do better, no matter how good we're doing. Thank you, Silva. Yeah, Selfless says if one of the foundations could set up apartments, any number of them, that'd be amazing. Halfway house type of thing. I mean, I think we're going to get there. I really do. Scientology loves to act like they don't need you, that you need them. This is a chance to show the opposite is true. When someone calls the SPTV Foundation, it's over. They're never going back. If you make that phone call, you are out of there and you are not coming back. Doesn't matter what OSA does. But selfless, you're absolutely right. I don't even think about them. That's meaningless. They're only good up to the point of keeping someone from making that call. Once that call's made, it is over for them. Wow, that's a great idea, Rachel. The protesters could ask the food delivery drivers what restaurant they're delivering from, and they could go directly to the restaurant and ask if they could put the SPTV cards in the orders. Wow, that's heavy. See, that's the genius kind of crap I never would have came up with. But we're going to get there, I'm telling you. And don't forget, the reason this is all going to work too is everything we do, like what we're doing right now, people coming from all over the world to speak to one another and think, what can we do to hurt this place and get them out of here so they can stop hurting others? This is where we win, okay? Because of Aaron, and DOA and Selfless and Natalie and Chris and Jessica and Serge and Laura and those people are responsible for me being here. You see what I mean? So enough of this happens and we got them. We're going to get this, I'm telling you. We just need a little hole. Just a little hole. In that ship, and we'll sink it. We will get these. We will make this happen. This is not for naught. I promise you, we're making a difference. And people know. I mean, there's an expiration date on everything. So, we're gonna stimulate that impulse in these people with a combination of everything we're doing, okay? And I don't care how we do it, as long as we don't scare the shit out of the person who we're asking to come with us. That's it. Nothing else. I mean, we're all doing this together, and I see just from DOA's chat and Selfless's chat, like, I mean, DOA and Selfless have the greatest subs in the world. That's why I have a tripod now. You know, that's why I know where to get the chalk at. You know, the people that are here and taking the time to understand this stuff, their views are incredibly important, and they're supporting the people with the boots on the ground. So without you guys, this stuff wouldn't be happening. So you're just as big of a part of it as we are, every bit. Clearwater, Erie, I agree with you. I wish the foundation could share some success stories without giving details. I wish that too, but I'm imagining we can't give up a whole bunch of things, you know, so... But yeah, I want to make everybody right for, you know, giving their time. You know, there's a lot of people who just wouldn't care. Okay, so I thank anyone who cares, whether you ever do anything past that or not. You just acknowledging that this needs to be done makes me feel good. Yeah, little Davey has, he's doing a lot of things that make me believe he's far past caring about people getting up the bridge. He knows this thing's going to blow up because you can't replace the staff like you used to. Yeah, I'm very proud of everybody. Again, I watched Aaron for a year without even knowing there were chat rooms with all these people that cared about this, you know, or I would have been at this a year ago. Tammy, question, why can't success stories be shared without giving personal info on who they helped? Just the story itself. I don't know. I mean, I guess we would have to change the stories around quite a bit, because I'm sure we have people that are letting us know things, and we have people on the inside, and people telling us stuff that we don't want anyone to know we know, you know. I have complete confidence in the SPTV Foundation by, you know, just the fact that we have some never-ends along with Natalie, along with Aaron, you know. I feel really, really good about it. And no one cares who gets the credit. Give my cat the credit. Just let's get these people out of there. That's a great point, Amy. I could use that as well, because I really don't know. I just tell them to call the number, and I'm sure that that's when they'll find out more, you know. Yeah, Selfless is just amazing. if they can't make it right to call that number, I don't think we can save them. So that's, I mean, they got to make that happen. CB, that's a great point. Aaron did mention they were under the radar who wanted to go to the Clearwater meetup but were afraid there'd be OSA plants watching. That's a great point. I'm not saying they're going to have more than 1 or 2 opportunities in an entire month, Amy, to do it, but they could do it, okay? They could do it. I would just call the number literally with the person standing next to me. And, you know, maybe there is something they need to sign to get in our car and get out of there. I don't know. I don't think people dare say anything, Silva. I think you just have to roll. You just have to do it. Hi on Tran. We'll make this happen, I promise you. And this is hard work, you know. There's going to be some shouting and some yelling and some disagreeing and all that. And it's okay. It's all part of healing. It's all part of planning. It's all part of kicking ass. But we got this. I promise you we have this. We're going to make this happen. It's going to take a lot less than we think, and it's going to take a lot more than we think. How about that? It's going to take more brains than we think and less work than we think. Once this hole blows open, there's going to be no stopping it. Thank you, Silva. That's amazing. I think you're probably right, Martha. The cool thing about us, we're not using tech, okay? So whatever, happens, we can change on the fly. So we're going to always be doing things as best as we know how and getting the best results that we know how. And it's only going to get better. If we were using tech, we'd go nowhere quickly, just like they have in trying to fight us. Okay, I think we're good. When I do figure out how to edit stuff, I'm going to try to make a playlist that makes sense, you know what I mean, and put it together. I just don't know what I'm doing. Great question, Tammy. I don't know anything about that. Do they have a volunteer list, the foundation, that you can add your name to help those out in other ways than donating money? Great idea. Someone listening might own a copy shop. I don't care how ragtag this is. I'm so proud of it because it's organic and it's real. And everyone's heart is in the right place. Okay? So I want to thank the mods so very much. You guys are a blessing, and also every person who gives me any of your time. I know how valuable your time is, and believe me, I try not to waste it. But I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys, because no matter what I say, it's only a small fraction of how I really feel. So you guys get to enjoying your Sunday. I love you all, and sorry for the first 20 minutes of this massacre while I was looking for some place to broadcast from. Wish you guys the very, very best. Anything else for me before... Anything else? Okay. Thank you, Linda. You too. Thank you, Mods. Thank you, Pearl. You guys are the greatest. Thank you, Selfless. You are the man. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Take care.